Yo, what is good with you boys? It's me, Swoofle here, and welcome back to a brand new video. Now, today's video, I'm showing you guys the brand new moon melon method inside of Grow a Garden. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you like and subscribe, as I would really appreciate it, and it does help with the channel a lot. Let's go ahead and get directly into this video. Alright guys, now in order to set up for the moon melon method, we're going to need a couple of things. The first thing we're going to end up needing is the sweet super soaker. Now, if you don't know how to get this is in the brand new crafting update. What you're going to want to end up doing is going over to this bee, and you're going to want to craft it with 3 watermelons and a master sprinkler. It is a little bit expensive, but it's definitely going to be necessary for getting the biggest moon melons possible. Now, it's not required, but it definitely does make the moon melons a lot bigger than what you see over there. Now, what you're going to end up needing also is going to be a basic sprinkler. You're going to need an advanced sprinkler, you're going to need a godly sprinkler, and you're going to need a master sprinkler, as you guys can see. So it is quite hefty, but yeah, you're going to need all of this to maximize your moon melons, the biggest moon melons possible. Now, what we're going to end up doing is going over to all of our moon melons. The first and most important thing we're going to end up doing is collecting all of our moon melons. So I'm just going to sell my inventory real quick just to make sure I don't have nothing in my inventory. And then I'm going to end up collecting everything over here. So yeah, I just sold my inventory. Now what I'm going to end up doing is collecting all of these other moon melons. So let's just go ahead and collect every single one of these moon melons right quick, guys. As you guys can see, we're just going to go ahead and collect everything right here. All right, everybody. Now that you've ended up unfavored and all of that, what you're going to end up having is going to be all of the stems. Now what you're going to want to do is end up placing all of your sprinklers. So firstly, you're going to place the sweet super soaker, then you're going to want to place a basic sprinkler, an advanced sprinkler, one godly sprinkler, and one master sprinkler. Now sprinklers don't end up stacking. Like if you place multiple advanced sprinklers, it's not going to end up doing nothing. So what you're just going to want to end up doing is placing all of these sprinklers, and as you guys can see, they're going to end up going off just like this. Very easy and very simple. Now what you're going to want to do is once you end up placing all of these sprinklers, what you're going to want to end up doing is just going ahead and leaving the game, and you're going to want to leave for around 30 minutes. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to end up leaving this game for around 30 minutes. So yeah, I'll be back in like 30 minutes. All right, everybody, now it's been roughly around an hour and a half, and as you guys can see, our moon melons have grown and they're absolutely gigantic, and we have a ton of them. As you guys can see, we literally have like probably like 30-40 moon melons right here, so a ton of them. And as you guys can see, there are a bunch of gold ones in here. I see like 1 2 3 4. I see around like 4 gold ones in here. I don't think we got any rainbow ones right now, but that really doesn't really matter because these moon melons are absolutely giant. Like look at this one, it's literally probably bigger than my whole entire like plot in this garden. But yeah, I mean, these moon melons are absolutely massive. Now from here, basically once you do have these big old moon melons, what you're going to want to end up doing is pretty much just stacking a whole bunch of mutations on here. So the one thing I would recommend doing is you could go ahead and place lightning rods and stuff. Make sure you get like a bunch of mutations and stuff. Another thing that you could end up doing is you could end up crafting, which is probably what I should have did right here, but you could end up crafting a whole bunch of mutations and stuff. So if we do end up going over here, as you guys can see, there's a bunch of mutation sprays that you could end up crafting. So what I would recommend crafting is the shock one, because you wouldn't have to wait for it to get struck by lightning. I did just end up placing my lightning rod, but if I did have some more honey, I definitely would end up crafting the shock one, so I could end up basically just shocking all of my plants. The next one over here is going to be the mutation one, which is going to be the spray one, and it's going to be pollinated. Oh my goodness, I definitely just choked on my words, but this is going to end up pollinating all the fruits. Now I can't go over here and see if there is any you know, honey sprinklers in the shop, and that's what I would probably end up doing, is grabbing one of these. If there is, nah, there isn't. But if you do have a honey sprinkler, you could definitely sprinkle this. Basically what you're pretty much trying to do in a nutshell is getting as much mutation on here as possible. It's going to be very important. Now I do have another moon melon in here. It's not as big as these ones right here. If I could go over to it, it's definitely not as big. As you guys can see, this moon melon is somewhat massive, but it's definitely not as big. So I'm gonna go ahead and just show you how much it is. This is, keep in mind, this is probably half the size, and it only has celestial, shock, frozen, and golden on it. So let's see how much this is gonna end up being worth right here. 2 billion off of this little old you know, moon melon, and it only has like 3 mutations. So if we get like maybe like 6-7 mutations on here, honestly these could sell for hundreds of billions, even, you know, 10, like a ton of you know what I'm saying, shekels and stuff, you know what I'm saying. So look, as you guys can see, there's a bunch of moon melons we have here, and now what we're gonna end up doing is I'm gonna end up going over to our grow a garden calculator, which is gonna end up pretty much just calculating how much these are gonna end up being worth. So let's go ahead and go over to this calculator. Right guys, now I do have over here this grow a garden calculator, which I will link in the description down below. But basically what I would recommend for you to end up doing is heading over to this calculator, so you can end up calculating at just how much these crops are gonna end up being worth. So the first thing we're gonna end up doing is searching up moon melon. As you guys can see, this is where we're growing. And of course you could grow other fruits, but moon melons is the main fruit that we're growing right here. Next up is going to be the mutation. So if you have a rainbow one, a golden one, I would recommend selecting that. Last time I did have a rainbow one, so let's just assume you ended up getting like one rainbow one in here. All right, so off the rip, that's 800,000. This is without no mutations, without even the size. Next up is the size, and I'm just gonna assume this is gonna be a huge fruit. Like, I mean, obviously it is a huge fruit, so I would say like maybe 130 kilograms or something like that. It might be a little more bigger, you know what I'm saying? So let's just go ahead and maybe assume this is like 150 kilograms or something. So yeah, off the rip, just a really big fruit, and this is with no mutation, 300 million without any mutations and stuff. Now we're gonna end up assuming that we ended up getting frozen and stuff on it, and then we're gonna assume we get a couple of decent mutations. So some given mutations, especially, is gonna be shock. We're gonna be getting that one as well. Honestly, we could say we ended up getting honey glazed, and we could say we get pollinated on our stuff as well. And yeah, so this is 36 billion off the rip. Now let's say we ended up getting celestial on here, and maybe if you did end up getting lucky, you might end up getting something like let's say we got disco as well. Okay, so off the rip, we're at 100 billion shekel, you know, moon melon right here. And this is one of these moon melons, like huge moon melon and stuff. Now honestly, we can keep going. Let's say we get a couple more mutations. We wait until an admin event, we wait until something crazy ends up happening. We get Dawnbound and Void Touch. We luckily get that on our rainbow one. We're up to 200 billion. Now we have a couple brands in here where we end up selling this, so we're up to 300 billion right here. And as you guys can see, 32,000 multiplier. Now we can't, at the most you can only stack 10 mutations. If you didn't know that, you can only stack up to 10 mutations. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mutations right now. So we're just gonna end up assuming we ended up getting meteoric, molten, and we're at 9. And then this right here, we ended up getting zombified right here. So as you guys can see, we are literally up to 385 billion shekels off of one moon melon, and that's not including the fact that we literally have like probably not 5, like 40, 50 moon melon stacks. So this is going to be an insanely high moon melon. And if we want to get a little, you know, out of the blue right here, let's say we end up getting all the max mutations right here, we're going to be at like a 400 billion shekel moon melon. And let's just go ahead and throw this in for funsies. Let's say our moon melon weighs twice as much. This is a trillion shekel moon melon right here, as you guys can see. If this makes sense, literally we're gonna have just an absolutely super duper expensive moon melon. And yeah, I mean, that's basically what we're gonna end up wanting to do. Just get yourself a good moon melon. Make sure you have all these sprinklers so they could be literally as big as possible. Stack all these mutations, and these moon melons are gonna be selling for absolutely crazy. Again, I'm gonna have this link in the description. And yeah, once you guys do end up following all of these steps, pretty much you're gonna end up having yourself very, very, very huge moon melons. You can basically just get as many mutations as you want out here, and pretty much what that's gonna end up doing is just give you a bunch of super duper expensive moon melons. And if you have like 40, 50 that are selling for a couple billion, even like 20, 30 billion, you're gonna basically run it up and become mad rich and stuff, and you're gonna pretty much have billions of shekels. But yeah, that's pretty much gonna end up wrapping up this video. I hope you guys did end up enjoying the video. Make sure you guys do end up leaving a like and subscribe, as I would really appreciate it, and it does help out the channel a lot. And if this did help you, make sure you guys do comment something down nice, as I would really appreciate it. And I do like reading y'all comments. But yeah, that's gonna end up ending it off for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure you guys do leave a like, buy the iHeart Fanboys hat, link in the description, and yeah, peace out.